Hey up guys, and welcome to the OMRTG. If you've been here before on the channel, welcome back, and if you're here last episode you may have just noticed that I have no coins left. I have like 4,000 coins or something, even though last episode after Lunar New Year I had just over 1 million. I did a few of the SBCs that I felt might have been worth it, but most of them really weren't worth it for the packs you get back. So I sold a lot of players that were needed, such as Huddersfield players, Mexican League players at one point, Koreans and Jaguar players. Eric Dyer was selling for 6k at one point for some reason. I guess he was a solution to one of the SBCs on Footbin, so I sold him as well, along with a few others. Just some players that I had in my club, and if it would have cost me too much to complete the SBCs myself. As well as selling some of the consumables. Position modifiers were selling quite well during Lunar New Year, and squad fitnesses. I end up having enough to buy Team of the Year Modric, as you can see on screen. That's right guys, I was considering running Neymar at right mid, or picking up Messi and Suarez. As you know from last episode, Petit or Blanc were other options I was keen on. But I decided to pick up Modric to have a play within the team instead of end of an era Pirlo. I picked him up for about 1.23 million. It was the cheapest on the market at the time, and one of the reasons for doing so, picking him over some of the others, was that I don't anticipate his price dropping too much. He's got a strong link obviously to the likes of Bale and Ronaldo, and being a Team of the Year, his stats are insane. Just quickly here, I played like 2 squad battles games this week and got 4,000 coins and 3 packs out of it. So I'll have to remember to do that from now on. Just playing a couple of games seems totally worth it, and the rewards seem completely out of sync with other rewards that you get in the game. But going back to Modric, as I say, I expect him to hold his value, so a player that I can try out in the team. And if I don't like him, I've got the knowledge back in the back of my mind that I can still sell him for 1 million. One thing I was very tempted to do, as we just quickly here take a pause for the SBC pack, where I managed to pull a 90 rated David De Gea. This was of course before the upgrades. This was at the end of Lunar New Year, the last pack for that, and my daughter's pack luck continues as she opened those 2 Team of the Years for me. When Team of the Year event was on, she opened my last Lunar New Year pack and managed to pull me 90 rated De Gea, which is absolutely incredible. At least 200,000 coins there. But as I was saying, I was very tempted to do the Prime Rijkaard SBC, as his tradable card's 1.2 million, but his SBC is only about 640k, and of course you get packs back as well. I bought Rijkaard twice because I really like him and could use him for the rest of the game. I could sell my Rijkaard then and definitely come out with it with profit. Packing that David De Gea means we could try Futmas Van Dijk again in defence, or buy somebody like Bailly or Aki, who seems quite popular and OP. Play Rijkaard in midfield, and that will mean everybody gets 10 chemistry. Rijkaard and Bonucci as CDMs is tempting. When I say everyone gets 10 chemistry, so the players that aren't on 10 now, like Mkhitaryan, would get 10 chemistry. I had a day off this week, so I played some of the daily knockout tournament, which you can see on screen right now. The reason was mainly that the gameplay is so much smoother than Seasons, because it's on dedicated servers. I wasn't sure how rusty I'd be, as you probably know, or if you've been here before, that I've not played the actual gameplay for a couple of weeks. But the very first game, I ended up taking an early lead and getting an early rage quit, which managed to settle me down a bit for a daily knockout session. Going back to talking about those squad battles rewards just briefly then, while we're watching the gameplay of the daily knockout, I was involved in a discussion on Reddit about a wish list for FIFA 19, One of the things that got raised was seasons rewards. I find it ridiculous that you only get 15,000 coins for winning Division 1, but you can get around 15,000 coins and packs for just playing a few offline squad battles on a fairly easy difficulty. It's much harder to win Division 1 than to finish Elite 1 in squad battles, but the rewards don't reflect that. As you know, guys, we've been holding Division 2 on online seasons, but finishing Elite 1 in squad battles has been something we've been doing since nearly the start of the game. When we played the game mode, it was a very easy thing to do. So yeah, I don't think the rewards are reflective of the difficulty in some of these game modes. I think that EA, it's something that EA should be looking at, or get rid of seasons completely, as some people have suggested, and reintroduce tournaments other than daily knockout. It's not solely my idea, as a few people suggested it, but what I would be happy with is if Foot Champions was a week-long thing, so you could play your games at any time, and you get a rank like you do with squad battles based on the week's results. Then if tournaments would be reintroduced, so you could have Foot Champions qualifiers, and also fun tournaments with fun rewards, like players and limited edition items. You could also make these tournaments have requirements, so it encourage squad building and using players that you wouldn't normally. Like if you played FIFA a couple of years ago, you might remember that there used to be silver tournaments and bronze tournaments that were there all the time. But since Weekend League and Daily Knockout got introduced, all the other tournaments got removed. I think it was it FIFA 16, which was quite good. There was tournaments on there towards the end of the season which were league themed, and then you could win a Team of the Season player, I think, from that league, if I remember correctly. I think we won was it a Team of the Season Gonalons, or Sané, I think, was one of the rewards when he was in Germany. Stuff like that would be good. So, for example, if Callum Wilson got a goal of the month, for just as an example, maybe you get a Callum Wilson reward with an extra star on his weak foot. And for that tournament, you'd need Bournemouth and Coventry players. Then you could get rid of online seasons because people don't want to play it, and the rewards just don't match up with the likes of squad battles and that, and other game modes. The alternative is obviously to change season rewards, but everything is about Foot Champions now, and you have to play it at a certain time and have to qualify at a certain time. I don't think it's very fair or healthy. Let me play the game that I paid for at a time that suits me. That seems much fairer from my perspective, and I think it's something almost everybody is clamouring out for, apart from maybe some pros that want that don't have jobs and school and everything else, and just want the weekend league to be more restrictive to guarantee their 39 and 1s and 40 and 0s. So a bit of a goal fest in this round of the Daily Knockout then. If I remember correctly, this guy, when he went 1-1, started watching all the cutscenes and celebrating like a bit of a douche, so that's why I made sure the celebrations dragged out for him to give him a taste of his own medicine. Quite childish, I know, but there we go. And this one then into the semi-final, same sort of guy, wanted to run up to the camera and shush and stuff, and he actually pulled back into the game 3-2, but kick-off goals still OP despite the patch. As soon as he scored his second, I straight from kick-off managed to score my fourth, and Modric here, completely unmarked, running through the centre, managed to bag one as well to make it 5. And time in the semi-final for one more. Bad defending from him, kept pulling his defenders out there, leaving Kane and Son with the easy finish. 6-2 and a semi-final victory against a Legend FC, and you can see there how dominant I was for my 24 shots, almost all of them in the box. That the fact that I only scored 6 was quite incredible. But into the final then, and we come up against a mostly French team, but he's got Czech Bailly and Valencia. A decent enough side, that Alessandrini that everybody seems to have, that I just recently sold to be able to afford my Team of the Year Modric. And 11-12 minutes in, Heung-min Son picks up, pounces on a defensive error and finishes. And I've got to say that finesse from Del Piero was incredible, but Heung-min Son is doing so well for me, despite the fact that Harry Kane's stats are better in every respect. I just wish Harry Kane was tradable so I could sell him, because this Son, you can see here, look, absolutely fantastic. Lovely turn, outside of the foot, top corner, top bin, 35 minutes in, gets his hat-trick I believe, makes it 4-0, and we get a rage quit in the final. And that is it. The daily knockout tournament is won, and we qualify for the weekend league. 3 shots according to that, and 4 goals, but I don't think it counts first time shots, does it, on the stats for some reason. I don't know if I'm going to play the weekend league yet, or whether I might just play 5 or 10 games, but we'll see. We get the hashtag kit as well, which seems to sell for 3,000 or 4,000 coins, which is very nice, and we'll list that one up. But by the time you're watching this, the weekend league will be over or nearly over, and we'll know one way or another for next week's video whether we've got any FUT Champions gameplay. I definitely don't want to be playing like I was last year, 36 to 40 games in the weekend. I'm not interested in monthlies. We've got an incredible team already, as you've seen, and I'm an old man after all. I just want to briefly show this. Look at this. I was chasing back to cover the passing lane, and my player just auto lunges in once, and then this is from one of my earlier daily knockout attempts, and then again just sticks a leg out and the guy scores. 2 auto lunges. The first one especially annoyed me because I was controlling the player and I was running back in line just to put a block in, and the AI just took control of it for me and decided to do a slide tackle, which he missed, and then my player got in and scored. They've really got to get auto lunges out of the game. They're so annoying. You can see me here listing up all my bronze Premier League players, because when Tuesday rolled around, Tuesday evening after the daily knockout that I played, the marquee matchups came out and they were incredibly easy. You needed a couple of players from each team, Sevilla and Atletico, Liverpool and somebody was one of them, was it Man City? But you only needed a few goals, if any, in some of the marquee matchups, and so you could get away with a lot of bronzes, and as a result a lot of bronzes and silvers were selling for a lot of coins, so that was very nice indeed, and bronze pack method paying off again. Opening bronze packs is something I need to do at the minute to stock up on my healing and fitness cards, and also to restock the club with bronze players after selling a lot of them in this week's marquee matchups. Opening bronze packs is certainly one of the most profitable ways to get coins and trade your way to a decent team in FIFA. Certainly better than season rewards and stuff, but it's just time consuming and a bit boring at times, just sat opening bronze packs. But as we finished the last of the marquee matchups, and it was the Superliga one, and it was the only one that I had actually invested in this week, which was very nice, so I picked the players up for discard or almost discard sort of 450 coins, and had a few on the trade pile to sell for profit. We open up our first pack. It's a gold pack, and it's no... we do actually get a rare player for our one rare in our gold pack, and it's Theo Walcott, which isn't too bad, but not expecting too much out of that one. A rare gold pack next then, so that's 12 rares. And we see some boards in this one, and it's a Spanish goalkeeper, and it's Jose Reina, not David De Gea again. Imagine that if you got David De Gea twice in a week. Different fitness card there, I've not seen that one before. Maybe they've added some more to the game. 83 rated though, so good for the lone icon SBCs or for putting towards the Frank Rijkaard. Next pack, we don't get any boards. We do get a rare player in it, and it's Zappacosta in our players pack. Nothing else that looks obviously valuable from there. A rare Electrum players pack next, so that's 12 rares, so some boards in this one would be nice. We also get some rare silvers, which could be the most valuable cards in it, and we get a board, and it's French, and it's Matuidi, so he's 85 rated. So I'll hold on to him for now in case we decide to put him in for Frank Rijkaard's prime icon SBC. We don't get anything else that's obviously valuable unless this Italian and Russian guy might sell for a bit. Let's check Capueno's price, and he does sell for over 2,000 coins, which is very nice. List him up for 2-3, and check Dumbia. 1-4, 1-3. Might get a little bit for him. There's no bids on any of them. The MLS guys don't tend to be too valuable, as I don't think the MLS SBC is very much in demand. And we'll check the Eredivisie striker Kirk as well, nickname captain, and send Concili up to the trade pile and discard the rare Calcio B Serie B player. Last pack then, prime mixed players pack. No boards, 3 rare gold players. Eto, nope, just 3 rare players, not golds. Eto's our rare gold, who sells for just above discard by the looks of it. We've got silver from Milan, who might be needed for the Rijkaard SBC, because you need to build a Milan team, so we might get a little bit for him. A few Mexican guys as well, and the same Turkish player as we had in the last pack I see sat there on the duplicates. Holstenberg for the Bundesliga sells for a little bit more than discard. See if we can get 700 for him. The Ipswich guy seems to be above discard for him. Sorry guys, I realised just checking these prices might be a bit boring, and I should probably have cut this out of the video. Another Mexican player we might get 300 coins for. And this Rodriguez up straight away. another championship player there with the Sunderland goalkeeper. Might be worth a bit. I missed him first of all. If we get 200 coins for a bronze, then that's fine, and we'll send the other guys to the club. But that's where we're going to end the video this week, guys. Thanks very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed having the gameplay in, and winning the daily knockout was great. Getting 90 David De Gea in a pack was absolutely amazing. I hope to have some interesting content coming up for you guys soon, with trying out Team of the Year Modric and maybe some FUT champions. So thanks very much, guys. I realise it's been a long video. Not too boring, I hope, and hope to see you again. Cheers, bye.